Let me remind you that the same God who was speaking to Elijah is the same God that you're serving right now. Okay? So if he was speaking that time, he's definitely speaking right now. If he moved the mountains that time, he'll definitely move mountains right now, if only you believe. Number 2, God didn't leave you alone to figure things or life alone.
Okay.
Okay? Life is too tricky to figure it out on your own. And so he knew that you can't do it alone. So anytime we get the dilemma, is it God speaking, is it not, is it me, or is it pressure from elsewhere? Ask yourself these 2 questions. The why, we started with that. And number 2, what is driving me? Because whatever the Lord starts, he sustains.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome to another edition of Financially Rewired podcast. Now, and the year is ending. We literally missed out on a lot. We missed out on something called purpose. In trying to come up with this podcast, I really tried to figure out what is my purpose. Because even when, as a content creator, when coming up with a niche, you need to discover what's my calling for you to do something without getting tired. You just feel re-energized to do it. So in this episode, or in this edition today, we are going to talk about with my guest what purpose really means. Everyone tells you find your purpose on this earth, but really, what does purpose mean? The moment you get to know what your purpose is, that's the moment you'll also be able to change your life financially. So we're going to understand the concept of God of purpose that helps people unlock their financial capabilities. I'm joined by Miss Wangui Kariuki. Okay, let's begin from here.
Okay.
Is it Karuku or Kariuki or karaoke?
It's karaoke. Wangui Kariuki.
Okay.
Yes.
Basically, let me ask you a general question before we get into the depth of the conversation.
Yes, please.
So, recently, it's been said that men are no longer seen in parties.
Seen in parties?
Yes. Like, if you compare when the year was starting and right now, most of the men, when you go to clubs, they're absent.
Okay.
What could be, as per you, what could be driving men to shift? And actually, most of men are now being seen in church. Most of the young men are being seen in church than in clubs.
Okay.
From where you sit, what could be the reason?
I think there is a redirection of purpose, and also I think a place where someone feels they belong. And lately you've seen there has been a unique way of evangelism and reaching out to people, and I feel people feel at home these days in church. So why not? And again, we have talented guys in music right now, and so they feel the only place where they can unleash their potential is in church, where they are noticed and given the opportunity to do what they do best. So yeah, probably that is one of the reasons.
Do you think this could be the first generation to fully embrace the church way of living?
Well, I don't, because before, our parents, their way of living was in church, most of them. Not all, but most of them. So I don't think this is a new thing. It's something that is happening, but in a different way, with a different approach, yeah.
A padre attended a club.
Yeah.
How do you, what would you say?
Wow. Let's start with the wow, because it's one of the most interesting things I've seen this year. It's the last thing I expected, and I'm not pointing fingers and I'm not judging, but it is something that is eye-catching.
The Bible says Jesus went to the sinners.
Interesting.
So people are saying he went to do.
Well, I don't know what the motive of him attending was, but I believe with time, this new generation and also, social media life, it's bringing different things, and everyone wants to do something different for the sake of eye-catching and chasing the, But I don't think, or I don't have a specific judgment on that.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, someone who doesn't know Wangui, who is Wangui?
Wangui Kariuki is a young lady who is building capacity in terms of learning to reach out to the young people in terms of mentorship, discipleship, and far from that, I also reach out to people through what I am gifted in, which is my character. I am an extrovert. And so this is where you learn to utilize what you have, because that is what you're always asked. What do you have? And so this is what I have. So that is what I do. Far from that, I'm also an IT expert. That is what I do for a living. I work with a company, an internet company. So yeah, that is who Wangui Kariuki is.
Internet providers.
Yeah.
You spoke of character. What is the role of character in achieving goals and becoming successful?
Wow. Character is interesting. It can be a good thing or a bad thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
How?
The other day, I was talking to a friend of mine, and we were talking about the people who are sanguines. Okay? Sanguines.
Sanguines.
Yeah, sanguines, they're people who have a lot of energy.
Okay.
Okay? And mostly the extroverts have it.
Yeah.
Yeah? So sanguines have a unique thing where they bring the aura of good vibes, but at the same time, sanguines struggle with regret. That is after communication, after a conversation, because sometimes they maybe overshare, or sometimes they talk too much, or sometimes they communicate but they are not understood because of their way of communication.
Yeah.
Let's say it's an adrenaline thing. So character is interesting because it can work or it can go against you. So for me, character is good in terms of career. That is what you asked. Yeah. It is good, but also should be well managed. Not only for the sanguines, but also think about those people who are introverts. Okay.
Yeah.
You're expected to work in a place where you should be well outspoken, you should know how to communicate. Now, for someone who has not yet built capacity in communication and an extrovert, someone of that character will definitely struggle with such. So either way, you need to learn how to manage or control your character. Yeah.
We are all told there is a reason you are created. There is something in this earth that you have to achieve. There is a goal, there is a mission that God created you for. And a lot of people struggle to figure out this. Why was I created? And I tend to believe the reason why I was created is my purpose on this earth. So, from the biblical perspective, what is purpose? And how do I discover my purpose on this earth?
Thank you. I'll start with this. Why? The question why.
Yeah.
Purpose is the reason for your existence. And so from that, you get to understand that you do not exist, then your purpose comes. It is purpose, then your existence. Okay? So from that, you get to understand that before you were born, there is something that you were meant to live for.
Okay.
So it's not that you existed and now you have to chase or create purpose. And to make it clear, you don't create purpose.
You don't create purpose?
You don't create purpose.
Okay.
You live for your purpose.
Explain the two. Creating purpose and living for my purpose.
Thank you. Creating purpose, I'll give this example that I love giving for people to understand purpose. Now, let's talk about any gadget you have, your watch. Okay?
Yeah.
There's the person who made that watch.
Yeah.
At first, he had an idea. He didn't make a watch, then was like, it can be used for making calls or for keeping time.
Yeah.
Or for showing time. It's the same thing. There had to be why or a motive. I need something that can help me track time. So I'm going to make a watch. He didn't make a gadget, then started giving it a purpose. So when he was making this gadget, he made it. He knows what and what works, why, where. And then he came up with something called a manual.
Okay.
So the manual has three things. Number one, it has the identity. It's what brands do you know
Sony.
of watches? Okay, Sony.
Yeah.
Okay. And then now number two, it has the purpose now, or the identity. Okay, I've said the identity, sorry, and now the purpose. So it helps you do this. Number three, it gives instructions that this is how this thing operates.
Yeah.
Now, to make the example more interesting, think about an iron box.
Okay.
And I would think about someone who has been, I don't know of who's watching this, but personally, I've interacted with the iron box that we used to put the maca. Okay.
Then, yeah.
Yeah. So someone who has been used to using that, and now he's exposed to an electric iron box. He goes, gets it in the shop, forgets the manual, then comes and expects it to work the way the charcoal iron box works. Will it work? No. Why? He didn't follow the instructions in the manual. The identity, number two, the purpose, and number three, the instructions. Or if this person, iron boxes produce heat, right?
Yeah.
So we need heat to warm our food. Can we use iron box to warm our food?
No.
So it has a purpose. It has the heat, but the purpose can't be used for warming food.
Okay.
So with that, you get to understand that purpose is something that is created before existence of anything or anyone.
In trying to understand why some people are successful in life, others achieve partial success in life, and others totally don't achieve success in life.
Yeah.
And also in trying to understand why someone might be stuck in doing something they don't love for decades and decades and decades of time and die an unfulfilled life. Can all this be attributed to the fact that one person was able to understand his purpose on earth, lived to its limits and its fullness, and the other partially identified it and didn't live it, and the other totally failed to identify it?
Yeah.
So, does my success in life, or is my success in life tied to my purpose?
I'll answer this two ways. Number one, there is more to life than success.
Okay.
But let me start by defining success. I believe you're mostly speaking to young people, right?
Yeah.
Success is not achieving or getting money. Success is not about fame. And this is something that has made many young people get depressed. Think about it. You've seen your fella who is 24 years old, you're 25 years old. This person is already owning a car. This person is already earning 6-figure monthly. So definitely you feel like you're left behind. But forgetting high chances that person is living so out of their purpose. Okay? So let's start by understanding what is success, because you've mentioned it. Success is living what you're meant for. And it's such a sad thing that many people are caged inside the thought of you have to own a lot to be successful.
Okay.
It's a sad thing. Or you have to be known to be successful. It's such a sad thing. So, number two, now that we have understood what success is, let's now talk about a successful person and why some people end up successful and some don't, or they end up thinking they're successful. Okay, let's talk about the system and the culture that we have been born in and raised in. We have been raised in a system where we believe that you should go to school.
Yeah.
In our era where there was no CBC, go to a national school, now you're successful, then go to a good campus, make sure you succeed, don't be engaged in anything that is unnecessary in campus, then finish school, apply for a job, apply for many jobs, then get one good job, then start living life. In 2-3 years, get married or start courting someone and you get married to some time, get a house, get a car. But come to think of it, are these not things that we ourselves created?
Yeah.
And so maybe someone gets to that point of they have finished their campus, okay, and they have gotten their job. Now they end up not getting their partner at the age of 30. Does this mean that this person has not succeeded?
I can give you two answers. To someone who is well exposed, may feel like, despite I not having a partner, doesn't mean I failed in life.
True.
It just means my clock has not yet reached that time.
Yeah.
To those who follow societal norms, to those who hold so dearly to the wheel of time that you have given by people, that go to school by 16, by 18 you should be here, by 25 you should have done this. To this person you feel like he has failed. And sometimes I usually ask myself, we believe in a higher being, we believe in God. Everyone has a specific or a certain higher being whom he believes in. When we feel like we have been given these deadlines and these timelines, and I feel like I've failed simply because at 30 I'm not married, or at 35, or at 30 I don't have a car. Did I miss God's voice somewhere, or whichever superior being I'm having?
Yeah.
So I can say it depends with the level of exposure you have, and how dearly do you hold on the norms of the society.
Well answered. Because many young people are undergoing mental problems. Ask yourself, why right now that we are having a lot of mental health sessions? I don't think our parents used to have such things. Why? Their life was not working under a specific system.
Okay.
Ask your parents, or ask people who have been there before you. That is maybe 30 or 20 years. Many of them got married actually at 21, 22.
Yeah, 18.
Many of them got to build their houses at 30s after they have even gotten 3 kids. But our heads are so clogged into this one thing that success should be aligned this way. But we have different life paths. You need to understand and be in terms with that. We have different life paths. To someone, getting a 6-figure salary will take 6 months. Someone else it will take 6 years. Does that mean that this person is a successful person compared to the other? They have both given their energy and everything that was needed. Now that is where I think we are going to get there. God comes in to you, hearing his voice, and you having peace in the life journey or the life path that is set for you.
Speaking of someone getting, okay, you can complete school together. Someone gets a job immediately, another gets a job after 6 months, another after a year, another after 2.
True.
Is that luck?
It's not luck. It's not luck.
What is it?
For a believer, for someone who has accepted Christ, we don't work with luck. We believe that God is in control of everything, and he created your life path even before you existed.
Okay.
So you're not in the wrong place as long as you're following his voice. Because you can also decide not to, which you can also be successful. So there is nothing as luck as long as you are on the other side, which is Christ's side. It's all in this verse that says all things work for the good of those who... There are many people who have achieved things very early, but those things killed them. or those things took them away from God, or those things took away peace from them. And there are many people who it has taken time and they are where they're supposed to be. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't get what you're supposed to get at a young age.
Yeah.
No. Get it when it's your right time.
You spoke of the voice of God.
Yeah.
For a very long time. We have been debating, how do God speak to people? You can be a staunch Christian. You read the Bible every day. You go to church. But things don't seem to go as you planned.
Yeah.
How does God communicate? How do people come with this phrase that listen to the voice of God? Where is this voice from? That some listen, follow, become successful, and others seem to miss it.
Yeah.
And end up on the other path of not being successful.
Yeah. A correction. I don't think actually the voice of the Lord goes hand in hand with success, but it is also written that when you hear the voice of the Lord, you will get or you'll be where you're supposed to be. It is very evident in the Bible, but it's not a guarantee that when you hear the voice of the Lord, you will get the success that we think is success, okay?
Okay.
Now, to answer your question, I will give you an example of someone who is in the Bible. Now, there's this guy called Abraham. At first, he was called Abram. You know that?
Yeah.
So this guy was raised in a society where he didn't know the God that we end up seeing him knowing, okay?
Yeah.
He didn't know this kind of God. Actually, they used to worship, I think the moon, right?
The moon and the
Yeah.
stars.
So right now the guy hears the voice of the Lord for the first time, a God that he didn't know. So to make it clear, let's stop over spiritualizing this thing. Hearing the voice of the Lord is not rocket science. It's very simple. God spoke to this person. Now, it is not specific that he has to speak to you through a dream. Right now, God can speak to me by a question you'll ask. It's just that I choose to be open and be ready to hear the voice of the Lord. There's someone who will hear the voice of the Lord by this conversation that we're having right now. And there's another person who they'll end up opening the Bible, which our life is scripture based, and they'll hear the voice of the Lord. So the voice of the Lord is not a loud bang that you'll hear. It is just allowing God to speak to you through the simplest things and also the biggest things.
Okay.
Yes.
You spoke of systems, and this brings me to the system of Kenya. Let me speak of Kenya first. We are born programmed this way. Go to school for a primary school back then, because I don't understand the CBC model.
Yeah.
Go to school for 8 years, score 400 in KCPE, go to a good secondary school, be it a national school somewhere, score a C plus and above.
Yeah.
Then now they categorize those with C plus and above will go to the universities, those with C plus to C minus or D plus will go to college.
Yeah.
Then these other people will go to polytechnics.
Yeah.
Then now you graduate, those with first class, second class will get white collar jobs.
Yeah.
This other can start from here, grow. And a question is usually arising from this generation. And I saw today, Mosiria asked the same question. Why is it those of us who scored A's in first class in school suffer a lot, or end up working for people who scored D's and C's in high school?
Yeah.
Is the system flawed at some point?
Well, it can be. And again, I also think when you get an A and a first class, your head is already fixed on one thing. You're not exposed to options. Unlike someone who's exposed to, I don't want to call it failure, but what we don't regard as success. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? So such a person gets to realize I can also do other things far from academics. Academics don't become their only option to making it in life. Unlike the person who got an A and got a first class, academics are the only thing, is the only thing that can take him or her where they want to be. And it's not true. Sometimes we get where we are supposed to be because of just knowing one person.
Yeah.
Not because of your class. Sometimes we get where we are supposed to be because you served somewhere. And so you see, this person who didn't get the first class or whatever it is already open to anything, including academics, anything that may make him or her get where they're supposed to be. But this person who is only academic oriented focuses on academics. So if it's not academics, it's academics.
So basically, you would say, if raising up a child, it's better to tell them that be open-minded to the principles of life rather than subscribing to the principles of academics.
I can't agree more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Back to the voice of God. Sometimes we are confused or trying to distinguish, is it God's voice? Is it personal desire? Or is it societal pressure?
True, yeah.
And sometimes you feel like, what I'm doing, am I being directed by my God? Or am I being directed by the society? How do I distinguish whatever is driving me to do anything at any point?
Yeah. Why are you doing it? Why? For example, why am I here right now? Did I show up for being seen? For the pressure that has been happening out there in social media? Why? The why is what saves people from a lot of unnecessary stress. Because sometimes I was listening to a friend and he was saying, my parents are expecting me to get married at a specific age. And actually, that age, I think he's around 27 or something. The parents are pressuring him to get married. So if he got married, the why would be the parents' pressure. Is it the voice of the Lord?
No.
The guy is born again. Is it the voice of the Lord? No. So another reason, another example is you start a Christian-based forum because someone looks at you and they say, I think you look like these guys who are influencers, and I think you can use your gift or your energy to bring people to Christ. Well, that person said that, but is it the reason why you should start whatever you're starting? Or you get pressure and you want to start a business just because every other youth is starting a business. And yeah, I know we are escaping from this thing, Gen Zs are lazy. And so you want to start a business for you to escape that whatever, that you're a lazy person. So why are you doing it? To escape judgment from the society. But should you be doing things because of that reason? No. Unless the Lord speaks, then you shouldn't. Unless the Lord tells you do this, you shouldn't. Why? Think of someone who starts a business, invest a lot, and then the business ends up going down. Yet they got it from someone who was very successful, and they start asking, where did I go wrong? What did I do wrong? You're just not supposed to be there. So what was your why? Because you felt like you can do that, or whatever that person was doing to be successful.
You said listen to God. Does God speak through scriptures? Does God speak through seasons? Does God speak through people? Or does God speak through circumstances? Because I was somewhere with someone and it was like, I don't understand how we wake up every day and do this, and then after this do this, and then after this do that. And I also don't understand where we get confusion from.
Yeah.
So in trying to understand him, he was trying to bring up the concept of, is it God speaking, or is it my own illusions in my head?
Yeah, we all get there. Yeah.
So how do I distinguish, or how do I know that if this thing happens, I need to think twice? It may be God speaking to me. So you said God speaks through all those ways, but I also believe through all those ways, Satan is speaking also.
Yeah.
So how do you distinguish the two?
True.
How do you as Wangui manage to know that if I follow this path, this is the path of God speaking to me?
Let me first start with this. God did not stop speaking in the Bible, in those events that were taking, where God spoke to Abraham, and all those people, Elijah. You know, we assume that those are things that happened to those people, but now they don't happen anymore. Let me remind you that the same God who was speaking to Elijah is the same God that you're serving right now. Okay? So if he was speaking that time, he's definitely speaking right now. If he moved mountains that time, he'll definitely move mountains right now, if only you believe. Number two, God didn't leave you alone to figure things or life alone. Okay? Life is too tricky to figure it out on your own. And so he knew that you can't do it alone. So anytime we get the dilemma, is it God speaking, is it not? Is it me, or is it pressure from elsewhere? Ask yourself these two questions. The why, we started with that. And number two, what is driving me? Because whatever the Lord starts, he sustains. Okay? Yeah.
There are three things, three parameters that we tend to confuse a lot. Many young people right now confuse the three. Talent, purpose, passion.
Okay.
What's the difference?
Talent is an ability that you're so good at, unlike many people, right?
So are we right to say talent can be the purpose I'm created for?
Talent is an ability that you have that is unique. Not everyone has. For example, I can sing, you can't sing.
Okay, fine.
So, right? Yeah. Then we have passion, right?
Yeah.
So passion, this is something you really love and you can do anything for it. Like I've seen you love media generally. I'm not that passionate with media, but I am very passionate with music. Then come to purpose. Now, most of I just said, whatever the Lord starts, he sustains.
Yeah.
So if he had created your purpose, we said that your purpose existed before you.
Yeah.
So he created you for something specific, for you to reach out to people. He just knew, I'll give you a talent or a character that is going to sustain you in your purpose. Are you getting me? So Mwabali is meant to reach out to 1 million young people. So I'm going to give him an extrovert character, and I'm going to give him passion for media. And that is how you're going to achieve it.
So there are three, you can just say brothers and sisters.
They are. Actually, they relate, because I don't understand how you can live for your purpose if you don't have passion for it, and also if you don't have a skill or an ability, a unique one for it. I don't think you can.
Why do we struggle a lot with identity and direction?
I've struggled with that a lot. You know, people assume just because you have figured out life, but it took me some time. It took me some time before I understood what's my identity. Identity crisis is real. Not just for people who look like they have not figured out life, but even for people who have figured out life. Many people in their 40s, they're struggling with identity crisis. Many people are hating their jobs. They work from 9 to 5 and they hate their lives. Many people are in wrong marriages, actually, and many people are also chasing the wrong things in terms of ministry. And they get burnout, and that is how they end up in mental health situations.
So, in a time of identity crisis, how did you come about to fully say this is my identity?
I remember in first year, I met this person. So I had questions before. I used to ask myself, what am I living for? Like I said, there's more to life than what we think. There's more to life than me achieving in school and also me making it in terms of finances, okay? And so I was asking myself, what am I meant for? What am I living for? So I met this person and I asked them, so what am I going to do after campus? And definitely, I knew I will go and work and I'll chase something else. But what will I be living for? And so I prayed about it. I'll go back to I prayed about it. And I don't want to exaggerate by saying I spent 3 whole hours praying and speaking in tongues. No, I didn't do that. It was just a simple conversation with your father. And I asked him, God, this is what I want. But now, let me clarify this. Many times we approach God with answers in our head. So we want him to answer our prayers in a specific way. Okay? And so sometimes we end up saying we have unanswered prayers, but God answered your prayer, it's just that he didn't answer it your way. So this time, I was so lucky, by the help of the Holy Spirit, I didn't expect a specific thing. And so it was easier for me to follow whatever God said. Now imagine if I wanted to start a company, which at that time I was not supposed to. And God tells me, no, I want you to reach out to young people with your character, by using your character. Would I have done that? No. So yeah.
I think the more I sit here, the more I get a lot to talk about.
Okay.
But also time. Sometimes time is a limiting factor.
Yeah.
As we nearly wrap up this, how can we deal with comparison?
Okay.
Sometimes you discover your purpose. You discover this is what I want to do in this life. This is the impact. This is what I want to be remembered for. Someone said the grave carries a lot of unfulfilled promises and desires and goals and ambitions.
Yeah.
And now you are like, I wanna live to fully fulfill mine. But along the way, I walk a little, I see someone has done this, I try to compare myself. And at the end of it all, I end up losing track of my purpose.
Yeah.
I end up losing track of my talents, my passion, my abilities. How do young people or anyone in the society deal with the acumen of comparison?
Yeah.
It's good, but it's also bad.
Yeah. Number one, comparison should not be your motivation. That should be very clear. And number two, God is so intentional with you that he does not want you to live another person's life. Okay? Just because there's a specific way to success, it does not mean that it is your way to success. And I think that one, we talked about it before.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, everyone has their own wilderness. And yeah, you will definitely go through your wilderness. How, why, where, when? Think about the Israelites. These guys, in between their slavery and their freedom, there was a wilderness.
Yeah.
And if you read your Bible or you also do some research, there was a simpler route to their destination. So why would God make them go through, number one, cross the sea, go through wilderness where he would provide for them so that they can get where they're supposed to be? Number one, let me elaborate that, the journey of the Israelites, okay? I think it will help us understand this question.
Yeah.
God wants you to understand who he is in your life. And unfortunately, most of the times we let things of the world, like success, comparison, define the position of God in our lives. So sad. Very sad. Did you know just because you're mourning, you're not supposed to forget who God is? Just because you're in grief, you're not supposed to forget who God is. Just because you've not made it in life, you're not supposed to forget the position of God in your life. Okay?
Yeah.
So this happens where God takes them from this place to this place, but there has to be a wilderness. Yet they didn't have to. So you would ask yourself, why would God do that to his own kids? And he says, I have good plans for you, plans for success, and not plans
failure.
for, yeah. And so according to the people who died in between, because there is a generation that died between their
Egypt and
Canaan.
Yeah.
There are many people who died. So definitely they died thinking God is not a good God.
Yeah.
God is a God who didn't have good plans for me. No. Sometimes it is in the wilderness, or most of the times it is in the wilderness, that we get to become who we are meant to be.
So basically, you should learn to embrace the wilderness.
You should learn to know the purpose or the why of your wilderness.
Okay.
Yeah.
Most of us fear that when I decide to follow the path of God, I'll not be able to provide for myself.
We do fear that. All of us fear that.
So what is the relationship?
Especially in this world where people criticize following God.
Do you know someone told me England has no churches?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've not yet verified that.
Yeah.
But someone told me England, like the European countries, have very few churches compared to the African countries.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, true.
And this brought about a very huge debate of why is it? Actually, was it Jimanji Kuruzu who was saying, actually it was Pastor T, who was explaining why rich men don't go to church. And then someone said, why is it that rich people don't go to church? And why is it that people in the church, majority of them, let's say 80 out of 100%, suffer?
Yeah, yeah. There's a difference between religion and having a relationship with God. I think also that is something else that has brought this problem, where people become so religious and forget why they are where they are. And so people who are assumed to have known enough, now the rich people or people who have had enough exposure, they will definitely point that thing and they'll be like, apana, that is being caged, right?
Yeah.
And so that is why there is this debate between church and think about it. We have seen many people going to churches where they are brainwashed. And so definitely someone who is exposed, me and you, I don't think you'll go to a place where you're expected to do something that is weird just because it is a religious practice, right?
Yeah.
So that is where the problem or the debate of rich people not going to church came in. But again, it is the business of the devil to make sure you miss out. And so he'll make sure you get exposed to the wrong religious practices and not experience God. And from that, you'll have this anger and grudge towards church and towards God. That is how you miss out. So for me, that is one of the reasons why many rich people don't go to church, or many people who are don't go to church. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this might be my last question. For anyone who feels stuck or lost, what should be the starting point? 2025 is over.
True.
Whatever you had set to achieve, whether you have or you have not achieved, has gone.
Yeah.
I think the biggest lesson I've picked in this year is not to set goals again.
Okay. Oh, interesting.
I think the greatest lesson or the greatest thing to do is build systems. Yes, I have a goal, but how am I going to achieve it? That matters more than the goal.
Yeah.
So each and every year we push goals forward. I didn't do this, so I think I'll do it this year, so I write it down.
Yeah.
But at the end of it all, I feel like lost again. So starting 2026 fresh, where do I start? Knowing that in 2025 I was lost.
This last part of the year, I've learned something. Write down what you definitely want to achieve, okay? Be realistic. Number 2, write down all the reasons that are stopping you from doing whatever you've written. because we mostly focus on this is what I want, and we forget that there are things that stop us from doing them. And so we don't approach this matter in a way of also tackling the reasons why we don't do them.
Yeah.
So write down, if you want to start a company, what are the reasons that have been stopping you from starting this company? Laziness, procrastination, lack of finances, and all those things. Now, how are you going to handle this matter? Because I don't think the problem is achieving the goal. The problem is what is stopping you from achieving the goal.
Okay.
You wanted to be having your Bible study daily. What has been stopping you? You've been watching Netflix for all the time that you're not doing anything else. So how will you manage this? You've wanted to reach out to young people. What has stopped you? My character. I have not known enough. I don't know how to communicate. So how will I do this? So I think that is the best way of approaching your new year goals.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want you to give my audience 2 books. Actually, I read a book. I read 2 books every month. But only, let me not give them my parameters.
Yeah.
A book every month. So give my audience a maximum of 3 books.
Yeah.
That as you begin 2026, find time.
Yeah.
By June, at least you have read 2 out of these 3 books.
Okay. I'll give you 3 books, and I'll give you the reasons why I'm giving you these 3 books. Number 1, there's a book called Fatherhood and Sonship, and this book is written by Dan Gyosha. The book majorly talks about healing our traumatic and childhood wounds. Because one of the reasons, as we have said, the why to why you're not succeeding or why you have not been achieving your goals, you need to know. So most of the times, it's because many people have not healed. They have not healed from their wounds. So kindly read that book, and it will be a good place. Now you'll start as a whole person. Number 2, I've recommended this book many times, Purpose Driven Life. And now you'll understand why should I move, and where and when. And finally, you need also to read a book that is called What Happened to You. So this is a book that will help you understand the aspects of life, what, where, and why should be happening. So looking forward to seeing you get better. Thank you.
I think I'll read the 3 books, then I'll come give my reviews from the 3 books.
Yeah.
I'll just give you 1 book to read. The book is called The Psychology of Money, and then a bonus book that you should read is the book The Mountain Is You.
Oh, okay.
And up to that point, that marks the end of our today's conversation. I think this has been an eye-opener to a lot of things. I know there is a lot that I've not been able to talk about, but you should not overfeed. You will become obese. So little by little. As you know, we are on a journey to not only empower, but to open your eyes, to help you achieve the success that you want to achieve in life. And if you subscribe to the ideas that we have, the vision that we have for this podcast, take a minute of the time, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you on my next episode.